Hey guys, Trish JCB here. I would like to discuss with you guys my experience with Pokemon Stadium. The main purpose for me was completing the Stadium and Gym Leader Tower modes before facing off against Mewtwo to reach the credits. This was all done through winning Pokemon battles, as we can either choose Pokemon from the games on our Game Boy or rental Pokemon that we can borrow from the game. I have chosen the rental Pokemon to do this, and we will need to understand how the battles work in order to win. Depending on the rules and conditions, we can select up to 6 Pokemon from the list, which they do provide a nice selection each time from choosing, as we will need to take into account their moves, types, and stats. After selecting our 6 Pokemon, we will be able to check our opponents and their Pokemon. Next, we will need to choose wisely from selecting our Pokemon to pair against it. First that comes into mind of selecting is the types of the Pokemon that the trainers could choose from. That way we can learn to make sure we have the best choices to take care of their Pokemon. Once all the Pokemon have been selected, we will be able to start the battle, and this is where the magic begins. Each of the Pokemon have 4 moves in hand, and we will need to make the right choices over the other Pokemon. This is done in a turn-based manner, as we will need to decide what is the best move possible. Moves are designed to either attack the other Pokemon's HP, or support moves that have different effects to change the flow of the battle with what we choose. They aren't the only decision, as we can also swap out our Pokemon to another one to place it in our favor. The battle is decided when all of the trainers' Pokemon have fainted to grab ourselves the victory. Some of these competitions include us battling trainers multiple times in a row to proceed on to the next round. If we do lose a match, we may have to continue to retry again if we have gotten a perfect round from a previous battle, or we will have to start all over again from that round. It's important to keep our focus on making sure we can succeed in winning these matches, as it can be draining to restart the process all over again. One of my favorite things during the battles is hearing the announcer making commentary. They will be describing the moves performed and the results of what happens. It does bring extra excitement to the battle when we have an extra layer of a voice producing memorable lines after an action is performed. Another moment would be the Pokemon moves themselves. They tend to be rather expressive with the moves performed, as each powerful attack is very impactful and shows the intensity of how much damage is being displayed. Pokemon on the receiving end that are taking a blow have hilarious expressions when they are down for the count. The soundtrack in this game is phenomenal, as we get to listen to a different version to some of the Game Boy game's tracks. It's charming and easy to get into the mood of the battle, as Pokemon music has always excelled for me really high for the first generation line of the games. When challenging the Gym Leader Tower, I've always admired the art style of the gym leaders when we are about to challenge them. The distinctive look matches their personality, and it feels like a serious challenge up ahead to claim a victory against them. Along with that, they bring out their iconic Pokemon that we have seen from the games and anime. When we have completed the Gym Leader Castle and Stadium modes, then we get to face the ultimate challenge, in which I still believe to be the best experience I've ever had in any of the Pokemon games, facing off against Mewtwo. It's awesome seeing the animation once selecting Mewtwo that is found at the top of the stadium, as it comes flying over to us to see if we are worthy to defeat it in battle. It plays out from any of the battles we have done before, as Mewtwo has no trainer and there's no announcer to give us commentary. There's no extra rules, and we do have exclusive music fitted for the occasion. In battle, we are allowed to use all of our 6 Pokemon against it, as it's near impossible to go toe to toe with it, and we will need all the resources we can get to take out the strongest Pokemon in Gen 1. Overall, Pokemon Stadium is an experience to really test our knowledge on Pokemon battles to climb our way to the top against the ultimate Pokemon and take all the glory on being the Pokemon Master. If any of you guys have any experiences with this game, feel free to share in the comments, and I hope you have a wonderful day.